Welcome, readers. When I'm reading and I come to a tricky word, I like to remind myself that I don't need to read the entire word all at once. Instead, readers can break words apart into syllables or word parts to read more accurately. By learning about the different types of syllables, we can more easily break words into syllables. That helps us read challenging words. Our goal today is to understand the vowel-consonant-e syllable. We'll also practice reading words that have this syllable type when the word has more than one syllable. Let's start by reminding ourselves what a syllable is. A syllable is a word part with only one vowel sound. Remember, the letters A, E, I, O, U, and often the letter Y usually make a vowel sound. Now, when you see a written syllable, you might see more than one of these letters written in that syllable. That can only happen if the letters are working together to make one vowel sound. We see this when we have vowel teams like O, U, where the letters work together to make the ow sound. There are more than one letters here. There are two, but there's only one vowel sound. Now, we've learned so far about closed syllables, where we have one vowel followed by one or more consonants. We've also learned about open syllables, where we have one vowel that is not followed by one or more consonants. What's a vowel-consonant-e syllable? In a vowel-consonant-e syllable, we will also see one vowel, just like in these other syllables. We won't see vowel teams in these vowel-consonant-e syllables. We'll only see one of these written vowels in the syllable. That vowel will be followed by a consonant, which is a letter that doesn't make a vowel sound, and a final E. Maybe you already know this, but that final E will be silent in the vowel-consonant-e syllable. Now, you might be wondering, why is it important to know this? Well, first, it's important to know this because when we see this pattern in a word, we can split the word into syllables right after that final E. It's also important because that final silent E gives us a hint about the sound that the vowel in that syllable is making. Sometimes we call that final E the bossy E because we say that it bosses the vowel around. And what it tells the vowel to do is to make its long vowel sound. That means in vowel-consonant-e syllables, we'll usually see an A that says A, the long vowel sound. E will say E. I will say I. O will say O. U has two long vowel sounds, U or oo. And in these vowel-consonant-e syllables, we'll mostly see the Y making the long I sound. Now, let's use what we've learned so far to find one of these syllables in a word. I have already split this word into syllables. Here's our first syllable, and here's our second syllable. This word is reduce. Read it with me. Reduce. Now look at the syllables that you see here. Which of these syllables is a vowel-consonant-e syllable? This first one ends with a vowel E at the end. After the vowel, do we see a consonant? Well, we do see a consonant, but this consonant is part of the next syllable. So in the first syllable, do we see a vowel followed by a consonant? We don't. This syllable ends with a vowel, so this is not an example of a vowel-consonant-e syllable. Let's look at the second syllable. Do you see a vowel? What is it? The letter U. Now, is that letter U followed by a consonant? It is. It's followed by the letter C, which is not one of our written vowels. Is that consonant followed by an E? It is. In this syllable here, it gives us the hint that the U is going to be making a long vowel sound. In this word, the long vowel U says ooh, deuce. This word is reduce. Great work today finding this vowel consonant E syllable. Now that we practiced that, let's look at a new word and see if we can split it into syllables and then read it using what we've learned about vowel consonant E syllables. As we start to use the vowel consonant E syllable to read longer words, there are some tips that we can follow to split these words into syllables. First, we have to remember that every syllable has one vowel or vowel team. Another way to say that is that there is only one vowel sound in a syllable. We can keep track of the vowel sounds we have in the syllables we're separating by first placing a dot under each vowel. Then we check the vowels that we have to see if any of them are making a vowel team. If they are, and they're working together to make one vowel sound, we underline that vowel team. That way we can check each syllable and make sure that we only have one vowel sound in a syllable. After we do that, we have to decide how to divide the word into syllables. We could divide between two consonants and split the syllable right between those consonants. We could divide between a consonant, split the syllable off, and then a vowel that comes after it would be the beginning of the next syllable. And sometimes those letters are reversed. First we have our vowel, then we split the syllable, and the next syllable will start with a consonant. And finally, we sometimes split words into syllables right between two vowels, and we pull those vowels apart to keep them in their own syllables. One more thing to have in mind is that when we see digraphs like TH or CH, where two letters work together to make one sound, we have to keep them together in the same syllable. And consonant blends often stay together in the same syllable also. Now that we've got these tips in mind, let's use them to read this word. First, we're going to place a dot under each vowel. What vowels do you see here? E, U, E. Those are the vowels that I found in this word. Now that we found the vowels, let's see if there are any vowel teams. Well, I do see two vowels side by side. They could be a vowel team because I do know some words where EU works together to make one vowel sound. But I'm thinking that in this word, both of those vowels might be making their own sounds and not working together in a vowel team. I'm going to try to split this word into syllables between those two vowels, moving them to their own syllables. And if that doesn't work, we'll go back and we'll put them together in the same syllable to try to fix the word. All right, here we go. I'm going to slide over the R and the E and make that the first syllable. E has to be in the first syllable because it's our first vowel. R can't be a syllable by itself because it's a consonant, and every syllable has a vowel or a vowel team. Now let's look at what's left. We have two vowels left. Do you think that means that we're going to have two more syllables? It might, but I'm thinking that it doesn't in this word because what I see here is a vowel consonant E syllable. And when we see the vowel consonant E syllable, we know that this E is silent. It's not making its own vowel sound. Instead, it's giving us the hint that the vowel here is going to be making its long vowel sound. So I think that this will be our second syllable there, and I think this U will make one of the long U sounds. Let's try to read this word and see if we've done this correctly. Read with me. Reuse. Reuse. This word is reuse. In this second syllable, that E told me to say U, one of the long U sounds for that letter U. That's why the E and the U can be in the same syllable because they're working together to make one vowel sound. The word reuse means to use something again. When I was done with the paper that I used to make these charts today, I reused the scraps and I put them into these paper beads. Pretty cool, huh? I wonder if you could think of a way to reuse paper and turn it into an art project. Good work today finding vowel consonant E syllables. Remember to be on the lookout for these while you are reading. The more that you pay attention to the different types of syllables in a word, the better you'll be able to read longer and challenging words. Now that we've learned so much about vowel consonant E syllables, let's read a text that is full of this type of syllable. Read with me. One way we can protect the planet is to reduce how much paper we consume. When we save paper, people cut down fewer trees. We also save energy when fewer trees are turned into paper. When you do use paper, try to write on both sides of the page. You can even reuse old paper by turning it into an art project. Did you notice any vowel consonant E syllables while we were reading? I noticed them a lot in one-syllable words, but there were a couple two-syllable words that also had this pattern. One of the words that stuck out to me was this one right here. Let's see if we can split this word into syllables. Here we go. Remember, we're going to start by looking for our vowels and vowel teams so that each syllable has only one vowel sound. What vowels do you see? First, we have the O. Then, what's next? The U. And finally, we have the vowel E. You're right. Good work. Now, we need to decide how to split this word into syllables. Where do we divide this word? Well, I know that the C has to be in the syllable with the O because O is our first vowel, so it will be our first vowel sound. C can't be a syllable without a vowel sound. Then I see two consonants in a row, and then our next vowel. I know this next vowel is going to be in a different syllable than the O because they're not working together to make the same sound. So I need to decide what to do with these consonants. Well, I know that when we see two consonants side by side, we often split them by putting them in separate syllables. Let's try that. Then we have the U in the syllable, and I see another vowel E. Do you think that this E is going to make its own vowel sound in this word? I don't think that it is. I think that this is an example of a vowel consonant E syllable, where the E doesn't make its own sound, but it gives us a hint to use the long vowel U to read this syllable. I think we have found our syllables. They have one vowel sound each. Let's try to read this and see if we made a real word. Consume. Consume. This word is consume. It means to use something, like how much paper we use or consume. Great work today separating words into syllables and looking for vowel consonant E syllables. The next time you're reading, remember you don't have to read a long and complicated word all at the same time. Look for those open syllables and closed syllables and vowel consonant E syllables to read those tricky words correctly.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by, and by viewers like you. Thank you.